Mema eye obi biara akwaba biem edeba Odeneho TV so wonya subscribe ya mesrel na wa subscribe no like no share video no ede ama wonu na bibia etimi akoyi ede ama na comment section so no ebusua wa kire wadwen ewo honum na mom no eya na wetimi ahwe ni na wanyi mistake bia na ebusua yemfa yini embonwara e Ghana nsensema na chese na yini tuase ensem no bebri na na ekoso na youth ni ekasa government official ekasa eye mpenifo no bebri na omo kebia eyeye no so no ade omukasa bokuntokwa no eni youth just ba NDC ni NPP fo ntemu nso so ensensem ewo honoma na chese busua current update ababeto edwano mintimi fama no emboso semeka akiro na emum no yobetimi akọ ni akwakuti audios ahoro omde beto edwano na se yekọ ne yeba amede aka ni na ababeso so na chese anu ayedi na busua nsam no de bibribi na chese minsel no yebekọ
Dr. Ayene, what he makes of that position the former Attorney General holds, that all processes, consultation, procedure must be halted for the president until a final determination of the Supreme Court on this particular matter. And this is what Dr. Ayene had to say.
To hear the case, it's not mine to make, all right? And the reason why we were absent at the last agenda was because we organized a training far ahead of the date that was given to us by the court. And the training was for all state attorneys, all right, by the ECOWAS Court of Justice. So they were being trained on the procedures and rules of the ECOWAS Court of Justice. And because of that, I was deeply involved in the training. My deputy was deeply involved in the training. The ECOWAS delegation that was doing the training was here in Accra. And we just asked for a date. Lawyers ask for this all the time when they are constrained and cannot be available in court. So for you to interpret that to mean that we are not willing, to go along with this process is totally unacceptable.
A lot went on after the in-camera meeting between the Attorney General and the former Attorney General, and then the outcome of their deliberation with the presiding judge over this matter.
Yeah.
But you spoke to him on other matters.
Yes. If you also recall, Godfrey Adame had also made the case that, first of all, because the case is at the Supreme Court, the president must hold on. He also accused the Attorney General of not showing up in court because he doesn't want the case to be heard. Again, Dr. Ayene made the case that whether the case is heard at the Supreme Court or otherwise doesn't lie within his purview and that he doesn't have any control over such decision.
I haven't spoken with the president yet, and I cannot give any definitive answer to the question whether the consultation will continue.
What's your advice to him because of the pending?
The president and the republic are my clients. I will not advise my client publicly.
The last time the former Attorney General spoke, he said he expects nothing but the president to hold on the processes. Is that what is happening?
Well, he has filed an application in court. The court is here to make an order. So if he says that the president must hold on, is he saying that the court has already granted an order in respect of which the president, must not continue the process, right? First of all, he has to understand that this is the performance of a constitutional duty, all right? And the law is very clear that you cannot enjoin the performance of a constitutional or public obligation. And so, for me, I don't see the point that he's trying to make by saying that the president must hold on to the process of consultation.
His argument is that because of what is happening here at the Supreme Court, the president ought to hold on.
Well, that is why I have said the president is performing a constitutional duty, and the law is very clear that you cannot enjoin the performance of a public obligation.
What do you make of today's adjournment? The adjournment?
No, the adjournment is to May 6th. So, because one of the panel members was not, was unavoidably absent. And so the court has adjourned it to the 6th of May.
Right, so we'll have to wait till May 6th before we'll get to understand how long this case will travel. But again, you may recall there are 3 petitions to the president. These petitions were forwarded to the Council of State. The Council of State made their own judgment on it. The petition went back to the presidency, then went to the Chief Justice for her to respond within 10 days. Her response has come in. And then it's unclear whether there is a case for her to answer, pending the advice that the Council of State will provide. Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament has weighed in on the petition seeking the removal of the Chief Justice from the office. Speaking at a news conference today, legal counsel to the minority caucus, John Darkman, described the petitions as significant setback to Ghana's democratic progress. He also described some of the claims captured in the petition as ridiculous and a ruse to get the president to suspend the Chief Justice.
Of the above, that we see the spurious petition for the removal of the CJ as a serious setback to our democratic journey. We are aware of the petition. The purpose of the petition, we have gathered, is to malign the head of the judiciary, orchestrate her removal, and thereby silencing the judiciary, and finally, to exert control. We are aware of the plans, and here I want to repeat again. We are aware of plans being hatched to invoke Article 14610A to suspend the CJ, to appoint somebody who is a known sympathizer of the current NDC government to act as the Chief Justice of the Republic.
Right now, let's focus on our main discussion this afternoon. The New Patriotic Party stands at a critical crossroad this afternoon as it seeks to pinpoint the real causes behind the crushing defeat in the 2024 general elections. Now, one of the worst in the party's recent history. The loss sent waves through the party's ranks, triggering blame and finger-pointing among its top figures. Now, in response, the party commissioned a committee to investigate the defeat. Today, that committee is presenting its official findings at the High States Conference with key party figures, including former President Nana Akufo-Addo and former flag bearer Dr. Mahama in attendance to help chart a new course for the party. Professor Michael Quay led that committee and is expected to present his findings to the committee. Now, my colleague Kenneth Biasi is live at Alisa Hotel. Let me run to him now and understand what really is going on. So, Kenneth, the meeting, is it underway?
It's currently underway, Elton, and it has been underway for a few hours now. And as you rightly mentioned, former President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and also the running mate of the party, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and other bigwigs of the party, including minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin, have all gathered here. And if viewers will recall, immediately after the defeat, the mammoth defeat of the New Patriotic Party in December, they set up a 12-member committee, which was headed by the former Speaker of Parliament, Aaron Michael Okwe, to investigate the circumstances that led to that defeat. They were given a period of 3 months to come up with their findings. The deadline was the 31st of March 2025, and today is the D-Day that they are going to do the presentation here at Alisa Hotel. And prior to that, there were a lot of controversies around that. Elton, you had an interview with former Dobi Kwabenya MP Sarah Adjoa Safo, who called that committee as a bogus one and anti-Bawumia, and of course went as far as daring the former Speaker of Parliament